Dance competition. That day, my brother and my ex-fiancé teamed up to break my legs, just so my stepsister could take the crown. Right then, I was done. I wiped all my socials, changed my number, changed my name. And I vanished, until 7 years later, I showed up at a charity auction. And there they were, on their knees, begging me to forgive them. So here's what just went down. I walked into the auction hall alone, grabbed a random seat, and started flipping through the catalog. My eyes landed on an emerald necklace, one of my mom's pieces. That's what I came for. I was deep in thought when a hesitant voice came from beside me. Shuyu? I looked up and locked eyes with a pair of red-rimmed ones. It was Song Bei-cheng, my own brother. His eyes were full of shock. Then that shock melted into pure joy. Shuyu, it's really you. You're alive. Oh my god, you're actually alive. I gave him a cold once-over, voice completely detached. Sir, I think you've got the wrong person. Song Bei-cheng froze on the spot. He clearly wasn't expecting that. The joy drained right out of his eyes. All that was left was panic. He crouched down in front of me, voice cracking. No, that's impossible. You're my sister. I'd recognize you if you turned to ash. Where have you been all these years? You left a letter cutting ties and just disappeared. We all thought something happened to you. The commotion drew two people over. Then a soft, sweet voice cut in. Bei-cheng, what are you doing over here? It was Song Qingqiu, my stepsister. She was arm in arm with my ex-fiancé, Lin Mu, all graceful and poised. The second she saw my face, that sweetness flipped to horror and disgust. Lin Mu spotted me and practically on reflex dropped her arm. He stepped forward, eyes lighting up. Shuyu, it's really you. You're alive. I set down the catalog and said again. You have the wrong person. I don't know you. I stood up to find another seat, but Song Bei-cheng grabbed my wrist, frantic. He pointed at a scar on the inside of my wrist, eyes bloodshot. This scar, I'd never forget this. Shuyu, why won't you acknowledge me? Are you still blaming us? I yanked my hand back. That year, Song Qingqiu threw a pot of boiling soup straight at me. I dodged and pushed her away on instinct. But by then, Song Bei-cheng had already chosen her side. He came rushing in, saw her crying on the floor, and without a second thought shoved me hard into a table corner. My arm split open, bone deep. That was the first time he hurt me for her. It only got worse from there, until the day he broke my legs. The memories tore through me like a parasite. I looked at them and said slowly and clearly, the Shuyu you keep talking about died 7 years ago. We have absolutely nothing to do with each other. I raised my voice and called over a nearby staff member. Excuse me, could you please have these people removed? They're harassing me. Staff moved in to escort them. Song Bei-cheng and Lin Mu both looked like they were about to explode, but the auction was just starting. Not wanting to cause a bigger scene, they held it together and took seats a few rows back. Soon, Mom's necklace was brought up. Opening bid, 1 million. Song Bei-cheng's eyes locked on the necklace, emotions flickering. He slid over and lowered his voice. Shuyu, I know that necklace, that's Mom's. I knew you came here for it, so did I. He was clearly trying to use this as an opening. His tone had a hint of desperation. If you want it, I'll buy it for you. Keep it with you. Mom would be glad knowing it's safe. He raised his paddle, 3 million. I almost laughed. Mom's things, I'd get them back myself. The last thing I needed was this murderer playing nice. I raised my paddle, stone-faced. What my mother left behind is mine to reclaim. I don't need your help. 5 million. Song Bei-cheng's brow furrowed. Shuyu, I'm your brother. Why are you making this a thing? You've been out there struggling for years? You actually have that kind of money? Mr. Song, I've been on my own for years. No brother to speak of. The necklace is none of your concern. His face flushed with anger, but he held it in. Then Song Qingqiu, sitting nearby, caught on and raised her paddle. Bro, if Sis wants it that badly, let's just buy it and give it to her. Sis has been gone so long. She's probably never seen this kind of money. Let her have a taste. 8 million. Chuckles. She was obviously bidding on Song Bei-cheng's behalf when throwing it right in my face. Song Bei-cheng sighed, all fake patience. Shuyu, stop being stubborn, let me buy it, but consider it my apology. Deal? Then Lin Mu looked over, expression complicated. Shuyu, stop. We know things have been rough for you out there. The two of them kept coming at me from all angles, like they still thought I was the same broke girl who needed the Song family to survive. I kept my face blank and raised my paddle. 10 million. I'll handle it myself. Song Bei-cheng reached for his paddle again. I was done playing. I just dropped a number. 100 million. The whole room went dead silent. Everyone was floored. Jaws literally dropped. That number blew way past the actual value of the piece. Song Qingqiu white-knuckled her paddle but didn't dare raise it. She knew that number was way out of her league. Song Bei-cheng's eyes flashed with anger. Fine, do what you want. The auctioneer brought the hammer down. Staff came over smiling. Song Bei-cheng pulled out his black card. Charge mine. But I was faster, I slid my own card over first. Mine. I gave them an address. Please ship it directly here. I didn't look at them again. I got up, walked straight through the stunned crowd, and left. On my way out, I was just about to call my assistant when someone stepped right in front of me. It was Lin Mu. He ditched Song Qingqiu and Song Bei-cheng and chased after me alone. Shuyu, where have you been all this time? Why did it take you this long to come back? I really missed you. I stepped back instinctively, eyes drifting to the shadows nearby. Song Qingqiu was standing there, staring intensely. Lin Mu hadn't noticed. He kept closing in, arms opening like he was about to pull me into a hug. Song Qingqiu came screaming over, Lin Mu, didn't you say you were going to the bathroom? What are you doing out here? She latched onto him tight, staring at me like she wanted to rip me apart. I just needed some air. Lin Mu stammered and pulled back, but Song Qingqiu wasn't buying it. She spun toward me, teeth clenched. Did you call him out here, Song Shuyu? Let me make this clear. Lin Mu and I are engaged. We're getting married next week. I know you two had history, but he's my fiancé now. He's mine. You're just like your trashy dead mom, always after what belongs to someone else. I slapped Lin Mu hard across the face. He was stunned. Song Qingchu was stunned. Then I turned and slapped her just as hard. I want nothing to do with your drama. I looked at Linmu cold. You ran out here on your own, you came to me, you got bit. That slap was on you. I shook out my hand and turned to Song Qingchu. And you, relax. I don't pick up other people's trash. I raised my left hand, letting them see the ring on my finger. The diamond catching the light. Look closely. I'm married. My husband is 1,000 times the man Linmu will ever be. I wouldn't take Linmu if you paid me. Song Qingchu. Unlike you, I don't go digging through other people's leftovers. And one more thing. If I ever hear you say one bad word about my mom again, I will end you. Before either of them could react, my assistant had already pulled up. I got in the car and headed back to the hotel. I'd barely finished washing up when my husband, Gu Ziye, called. Everything go okay today? Yeah, I said softly. All good. Got the piece back. Good. He paused, then asked, Grandpa's birthday is the day after tomorrow. When are you coming in? I have some personal stuff to handle tomorrow. I'll be there first thing the day after. Got it. I'll have the dress sent to your hotel and send someone to pick you up. Those few short words, plus the video he sent of our son, Fu Nianan, cleared away most of the weight I'd been carrying. The next day was Mom's anniversary. I grabbed her favorite white lilies and drove alone to the cemetery on the edge of the city. When I got there, a fresh bunch of white lilies was already in front of her headstone. A staff member noticed me staring and spoke up. They're from a man with the last name Song. Sends them every year, never comes himself. Song? I think his name is Song Baichuan. Song Baichuan, my biological father. Absolutely disgusting. If he really loved Mom, why did he bring home his pregnant mistress and their daughter and drive her to her grave? I grabbed that bouquet and tossed it in the trash, swapped it for the one I brought. Mom, I'm back. Just then I heard footsteps behind me. I didn't need to turn around, I already knew who it was. Shui Yue? Song Beicheng stood a few feet away, holding the same flowers, eyes fixed on the headstone. After a long silence, he spoke, voice rough. What happened to Mom back then? It wasn't all Qingchu's fault. Mom had depression, you know that. She made her own choice. It's been years. You need to let it go. Something squeezed tight in my chest. I could barely breathe. Yeah, Mom had depression. But that illness didn't fully break her until the day Song Baichuan walked in with his pregnant mistress and Song Qingchu, a girl almost exactly my age. Song Baichuan and Song Qingchu killed her. After Mom died, I blamed everything on Song Qingchu. At first, Song Beicheng was on my side. Clumsy comfort, promises to protect me. But Song Qingchu was too good at playing the victim. She always managed to get caught by Song Beicheng at exactly the right moment. Within a month, the way he looked at me completely changed. He started believing Mom's death was just depression, nothing to do with innocent Qingchu, and that I was just taking it out on her. His loyalty drifted further and further, until the day they broke my legs. That's when I finally got it. In his eyes, I'd long since lost out to that fragile, pitiful girl. Beicheng, do you remember? The day Mom left, you held me and said you'd always protect me, that you'd never let anyone hurt me again. He stiffened. I was wrong back then, but it's been 7 years. Haven't you made your point? Mom wouldn't want to see us like this. Siblings? I cut him off and looked him dead in the eye. The day you people broke my legs, that's when I stopped having a brother. So why are you putting on this act now? Song Beicheng's face went pale. I'm not. That's not enough. I cut him off. I'm done talking about the past. He grabbed my arm. Fine, we won't go there. But Dad misses you. He worries every single day. And we're family. Why can't we just talk it out? Come home with me. I couldn't help but laugh. I looked up and met his dodgy eyes. You don't even believe that yourself, do you? If you actually cared about me and Mom, you never would have brought that woman and her kid home. You never would have broken my legs without saying a word. I'll come get Mom's ashes when I'm ready. I'm sure she doesn't want to be near you people. Song Beicheng's eyes went red. But when he saw the tears on my face, he finally, weakly, let go. I walked away from that cemetery without looking back. Back at the hotel, Guzi's dress delivery was already hanging in the closet. The next day was his grandfather's 80th birthday. He'd booked out the entire top floor ballroom. As the eldest grandson's wife, I got there early to help welcome guests. I was mid-conversation with someone when someone grabbed my arm. I turned around and came face to face with someone I both recognized and didn't.